Hey, hello. It's been a little while. Well, actually, no, it's only been 2 weeks. I'm doing better than I have in the past. But, yes, this today is a bit of a belated celebration for hitting 1,000 subs on here. Thank you to so many of you for deciding that apparently either I was entertaining enough or my art was nice enough that you wanted to stick around. I greatly appreciate it. So today I'll be doing a draw with me / draw this in my style. Can't guarantee that I'll speak the whole way through because I just tend to get very lost in what I'm doing. However, I will probably, as per usual, play guitar over the top, so there should at least be some sort of noise going. Now to start off with, obviously you can see I'm penciling in my rough proportions and such with my yellow pencil. This specifically is actually a watercolor pencil, which will come in handy when it is time to do the coloring, because I plan to just use the yellow as sort of the color base for this. It's also faint enough that you probably can't... Oh, actually no, it shows up pretty well on camera. That's good, because I was worried it maybe wouldn't, so this bit might be a bit boring, but it looks fine. Now, I may accidentally bump the recording stand a couple of times just because it's sort of in a bit of an awkward place for me. However, other than that, we should be clear today. Let me just check something. Okay. You also can't see it, but slightly off frame, I have a smaller scaled version of this that was my planning for what I actually wanted to draw here. But yeah, we're going to be doing a girl today, as you can probably tell from the silhouette. At the moment I'm just putting in rough, well actually no, I'll probably draw all of it in the yellow just so that I have a bit of an easier time with knowing where stuff is supposed to be. Apparently my thoughts aren't terribly put together, but hey, at least I'm doing well with the actually talking to you guys bit at the moment. But yeah, we'll have a yellow base. Yellow base coat, and then we'll draw on top of that because that will allow everything to stay sort of more in the type of color. I'm not... My words are dead. If I have a base coat of one color, then it'll help everything else stick to that. That's an explanation, I suppose. Currently not liking this one as much as the original sketch, but it's fine. realize I just said that I was doing good with talking and then stopped talking. Yeah, I tend to get a bit lost in the source when I'm drawing, so expect many silent patches. Just because, again, I get very, very distracted. Not quite as happy with the pose today. Anyways, she'll be right. So just don't question my weird big spikies for the moment. They'll make sense soon, just not quite yet. They do have relevance though, I swear. I swear, again, this will make a bit more sense in just a moment. And this is where it should start clicking into place. So I guess I should talk a bit about more. I had the idea that I wanted to do something with carnivorous plants, specifically in this particular case, Venus flytraps. So that's sort of the main theming of the illustration, is just that specific genus of plant. Just because I thought that they'd look a bit neat, be a bit funky. And as such, I'm going to be populating the background with a whole lot of them. In all various positions as well. I also haven't mentioned yet, but I was planning to have this be sort of a bit of a multimedia type artwork. We'll have a couple of different materials. I'm mostly going to be working with pencils and watercolor, but I might pop some Poscas over the top depending on how I'm feeling about things. But yeah, I've more or less got my base of what I was planning now. Yeah, well, I'm doing a multimedia version of this. You guys, of course, do not have to do the same. You can use whatever medium you want to, because again, this will be a draw this in your style. You want to do it digitally, do it digitally. You want to, I don't know, hand paint it, go for it. I've just, yeah, wanted to mess around with stuff and try and make something that looks as visually interesting as possible, which I'm going to try and achieve by, again, blending multiple mediums. Now, this bit that I'm doing now is the base coat I mentioned earlier. This will mean that everything sort of has a base tone of yellow. And as I'm mostly going to be using watercolor, this should hopefully help everything shift to be in roughly the same sort of range of colors. I'm able to do this specifically because, as I said earlier, I laid down my initial range of colors with what is a watercolor pencil. Been having a lot of fun recently just in my sketchbook with messing around with watercolor pencils, but that isn't the only thing we're doing today, obviously. As I said earlier, we will be sort of doing some painting, doing some drawing. I might even go and do my outline with a gel pen, but we'll see how I go. But yeah, hopefully she'll look cool. I obviously don't know how she's going to turn out just yet, because I've only just started painting her, but we're gonna go for it, so. But yeah, also, again, this is my 1,000 subscriber thing, my big celebration. I'll set up the tag for it on a couple of different social media platforms. I tend to hang around Instagram and Tumblr the most, but I'll also put it up on a couple of other platforms, and if I see your work, I'll obviously reblog it. Kind of half want to do a giveaway for the winner of this one, but I'm not sure what to do. I do have a couple of stickers. I was thinking maybe I could give whoever wins this sort of the original copy of this painting as well. We'll see though, obviously. But first things first, I'm going to whack a little bit of colour, just get a little bit of pink in on the skin tone, help it look a little more fleshy. Help it look a little bit more human-y, I guess. Just while that, oh, that is too much pink. Oh no. Don't worry, we've saved it. I also noticed that Venus flytraps often have just a little bit of pink inside their intersections, so blub that in while we're going. Blending this in while the yellow is still wet, so it's sort of part of the base tone. And so that it blends in a little bit better. And I also go and start applying some of my green to my fly traps. Going to try and have a somewhat limited color palette and keep to mostly pinks and greens. The yellow I feel is a decent base tone because it should be somewhat complementary for both of those. She does currently look like a bit of a mess, but I'm just gonna be like, haha, trust the process, guys. Because that's kind of just what we have to do at the moment. In other news, it looks like the yellow is starting to dry up, which means I can probably start doing some of the skin detailing with the pencils when I finish adding in my flytrap green bits anyways. One quick aberration from the mostly pink and green will be for the orange, just because it sort of will help a little bit with getting more of a skin tone color in there, make it a little warmer, and probably also help differentiate it a little bit from the rest of the painting. I'm also going to use it real briefly here to help sort of define part of the drawing itself, though that may or may not be for better or for worse. But yeah, I'm going to go through with the orange and put a little bit of shading in through the skin tone to help her feel a little more human-y. It's giving some nice extra definition to her as well, I think. As well as adding a bit of a more interesting texture, I suppose. The color that I'll use to help with giving her a bit more texture is my pink watercolor pencil. I'll go over this with this on any areas where there should be a bit more of a blush or more of a pinky tone to her skin. Is again more or less a tactic to try and help her look a bit more fleshy, a bit more alive, a bit more like she has more of a human-y thing going on. Might also use this pink pencil a little bit later to add some extra details, but for now I think I'll go on to our last skin tone. This one will be a bit of a blue. I'll be using this in amongst the piece as well, mostly just because blue is a good color for shading. I like to use either it or purple because it feels a little bit more interesting, I suppose. Blue specifically, I feel, is helpful because often our skin has slight blue or purple undertones, which again helps her feel a bit more grounded, a bit more colourful, and I think this will also help make her skin pop out a little bit more and be better differentiated from the piece. Okay, so I think that's her skin just about done, and from here I'm going to start working on more of the rest of her hair. For that I'm going to use more of a sort of bright poppy green to differentiate a bit from the fly traps. Whacked my paintbrush in the wrong green. As much as I do enjoy the sap green that I used for my fly traps, that's not quite the tone that I want for her hair. Same colour that green that I'm using for her hair, I'm also going to be using for the main body of her clothes. Now I'm going to actually leave her coat till last because I sort of want it to be a covering over the top of her, so it's gotta look more opaque and like the other stuff is underneath it. But yeah, it'll not get filled in quite yet, but I can do the sort of crop top and skirt. Just to get things moving, and I forgot that I had to do her mid section of her stomach. Might get to colouring that after I put the base green for her clothes down. Whoops. Anyways, there are some base layers for her clothes down. Now I might go back in with some pencils again. Start off with my orange. Then go for my pink. And then I'll go in with a little bit of blue. And we've roughly cut that bit up, though that blue will come in useful once again to do some more detailing on the clothes. here we're starting to get in some more of our line work. It's starting to look a little bit more solid. I do actually quite like drawing on top of wet paper with the watercolor pencils, because it kind of gives you a bit of a feeling of the ink just, not ink, the pencil just comes out being a little bit more intense than it ordinarily would, which I think looks quite interesting from a visual standpoint. But yeah, no, she's definitely looking a bit better now. I'm more happy with this than I was to begin with. But again, that just comes down to the whole trust the process kind of thing. Sometimes things will turn out sort of how you want them to. Sometimes they won't. But it's fine either way, as long as you sort of have fun when you're making the project. I do think this allows for me to have some quite interesting textures going on there. Just in terms of the blend of the different materials and all that. I hope she'll actually be fun for you guys to do as well, but yeah, we'll see. I think she's coming along nicely either way. Anyways, that's sort of her skirt mostly done. I might just go up and add a little bit of pink to her top as well, just to make it so that everything matches properly. Keep our so lovely colour scheme going. Now you'll also notice that I left sort of a weird looking lump at the top, yellow when I was drawing. That is because I was going to pull in sort of an idea of flies to give her sort of interesting looking goggles and stuff. Kind of want them to look a little bit more on the messy side, just so that we get that idea of there being a whole bunch of little eye bitsies in amongst it. And now for the next bit, I shall do some shading work on her hair. We've got her little fly trap hair ties in. I don't know how they'd functionally work. Maybe it would be something like a scrunchie, but with like the two flaps on either side. Just realized my description of that was not very helpful either, but I don't know. Think of it like, say, Hatsune Miiku's weird little hair pieces. But yeah, for this bit, I'm trying to do sort of like interesting stripy looking hair, beefing it up with just the pencil to try and give it an idea of being shaded, and sort of more interestingly segmented. Again, just to get in some of that good texture you can get from playing around with pencils. also try and do some loose hair strand bits. Just to build it up and again give it a little bit more texture. Yeah, but anyways, there is her hair, and now I mostly just have to finish detailing her clothes and the fly traps. We're getting there. I think we're going quite well, honestly. I think I might just use that blue pencil there to give a little bit more dimension. As I mentioned before, honestly, this sort of shade of blue is very, very good for, well, just shading in general, but it's quite a good intensifier for any sort of like whites, blacks, well, not so much blacks, but like whites, greens, just a lot of colors are made better and more shadowy by using this sort of shade of blue. And now that the green paint is dry as well, it can be better used for shading. You know, I forgot to actually tape this down before I started, but with how much I've been moving it around, I'm kind of glad that I didn't. Just because I would have struggled a little bit, I think. I will of course need to actually flatten this out though, because I haven't properly done that, and as you can see, the paper is sort of buckling a little bit. She'll be right. I feel like I want a little bit more pink on the skirt though, so I might come through just around the outlines of this bit. And sort of whack it through, just along those bottom edges. But I might also do some sort of little pattern up here. To make it look a little more interesting. What I was going to do though was not just the clothes with the blue, I was also going to add some to certain shaded patches on the hair to help sort of with the tone. And giving it more of an appearance of having some sort of actual shading going on rather than just random chunks. also use it to go over those darker lines in the hair so that they stand out just a little bit more. There, and I think her hair's looking pretty good. Yeah, just gotta finish up on that big loose jacket and the fly traps behind her. So I was thinking I would do this one in sort of pink tones. Just because that would sort of, I don't know, contrast a bit more with everything. Though that being said, I only really want it to be a very, very light wash of pink. Again, so that everything will sort of stand out around it. So I was thinking I'd just sort of very lightly sort of color over the top with my pink pencil, so that we have that idea of it being somewhat of a sheer fabric. And this is going in with those good fun textures, making it look more visually interesting. I think I may have decided against using the Poscas today, so I might just be sticking to the watercolor and the pencil, which is fine. I think I quite like it as it is now, but I might still go over and try to use... Actually, I should probably check whether or not it works first. Can I actually draw with gel pen over watercolor pencil? Who knows? We'll find out. Otherwise I'll just use colored pencil as my outlining color. Still probably stick to the pink though, just because I think it would be fun to have pink outlines for this particular piece. Or well, the pinks and the blues anyways. Yep, and that's looking mostly good. Now I just need to do the finishing details on my fly traps, I think. Yes. This particular texture is one I keep seeing people color in with, and I think it looks kind of neat. So I thought it would be another good way to add a bit more interesting sort of texture to the background and sort of give a bit more of a feeling of life to my fly traps. I'm not doing it as neatly as I've seen it done, but I think it'll still probably look kind of funky by the time I'm finished with it. Liking how that one's turning out. So yeah, if I just do it a bit heavier, sort of like in the center, and then fade it out as I go into the green a bit more, I think that makes it look quite interesting. We are almost done there, so that's fun. Those ones might have gone a bit long. And there's our first fly trap inside done. I might do the exterior. With a sort of dark blue pencil. I actually quite like that. Yeah. Anyways. I might just do all of my outlines and then go back to the pink stuff, because as fun as it is a little tedious. And we are almost done. I haven't actually tested the gel pen thing. You sure can draw over the top with it. Should I use pink or red? I think I might actually go with the red because it's just a little bit more stark of a difference. And I think honestly a bit closer in tone to this, so it might match a little bit better. And we are so very close. Just 2 more fly traps. Or rather, 1 more fly trap and our inking, and then we'll be done. Yay! Okay, and we're just about done with the colored pencil, and now we just have to do our line art. Woo! Almost done. Only took me like an hour. Actually, first, I wanted to give her a little bit of sort of green eyeliner, I think. I'm not sure how well that one will work out, but we'll see. And I wanted her eyelashes to look a bit like the spines on our fly traps, so yay. we're at the end stretch. Now I think I will actually do a giveaway for this. So yeah, with the Draw This in Your Style, usually I don't have prizes for them, but I think whoever wins this one will just get the original version of this print. Because as much as I do really like it, I think I might just make copies and stuff to keep for myself. But yeah, whoever wins, I'll send you the original version. Probably give you like a month or so to get it done. So it's, yeah, I'll give you to halfway through May. Let's say May 15th, and then I'll send this off to whoever won the Draw This in Your Style. If you want to sort of join in, I'll put a hashtag in the, what's it called? Description box, that's what it is. I'll put a hashtag in the description box for you that you can use. I'm thinking that it'll probably be like Sparticus had 1,000 subs, Draw This in Your Style, but like the acronym, and then just tag me in it, and also use the hashtag in like Instagram, Tumblr, etc. And I'll sort of, again, reblog any that I see, just so people can at least also see your hard work. And then, yeah, I'll do the final judging around mid-May. I think that'll do for the line art, because I mostly wanted to just get her. There, I had to do the borderline, that's right. But yeah, hopefully this will be a somewhat fun challenge for you guys. Hopefully you've also enjoyed drawing along with me for this process. This will be one of the longest videos I've posted. Well, actually, probably the longest video I've posted, because I'm not planning to cut any of this. You'll get to listen to all of my horrid little stutters. Lucky you. And yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this 1,000 subscribers special. I'll be back in a few weeks, hopefully with the next cursed cooking, but we'll see. It was from a time where my hair was pinker. It's mostly faded at the moment to the point where I look vaguely blonde. Which isn't quite my usual look, but it's fine. I still look fine. Hopefully my scalp hasn't entered frame too many times. If it has, you guys just get to see my lovely brown roots around the bleaching. There we go. She is all done. I quite like how she turned out. I think this was a very fun drawing session. I'll see you guys again another time. Bye!